Thank you for joining us for the final game of the day, where Golden Guardians face up against Echo Fox. We're going to jump right into the starting roster. Selecting blue side, it is Golden Guardians looking to win 4 straight. For the first time ever, it's Lourlo in the top lane, Contractz in the jungle, mid laner Mickey, Deftly and Matt on bot and support, and their coach Tyler.
And facing them on the red side today, it's going to be Echo Fox. In the top lane, Huni. In the jungle, Dardoch. Mid lane, Damonte. Bot and support going to be Altec and Feng with coach FLICKR.
And in what is possibly the first time I could say this in the franchise's history, Golden Guardians have got me excited for every game they have on stage.
Yeah, I mean, they're looking really good. Lourlo mentioned that Golden Guardians have the goal of kind of attending a home game at Oracle's. That is where the summer finals is going to be. That's where the Warriors play. And they look like they have a shot to make it, which is super, super exciting for their fans. And Golden Guardians feel like they really are nonstop improving, and that's kind of making them feel like, hey, this could be a playoff team.
And the surprise of that is Golden Guardians just barely outshines another surprise of the split. It is Huni's continued decline in performance.
Yeah, and that is really, really kind of surprising to say. People really looked at Huni as perhaps the best player in the entire league. In the last 3 games, he's 4-12-12. He has had 6 isolated deaths over those 3 games. And he is just really getting too aggressive. And the team as a whole is sometimes getting too aggressive, opting into fights that they don't really have much chance of winning. And I mean, even yesterday against Heart of Thieves, they're chasing to the base gates, over chasing for kills on fights that they had already won and committing too much, getting too little back.
Well, we'll see what shakes out in the draft. I think it was Matt that tweeted, bless, we have blue side for 2 games this week. So maybe something they're happy with here. In general, their drafting has been quite strong. Seen Heimer only win in the hands of Deftly, so we'll see if that does go through. But Galio, Talia, Shen banned by GG, so 3 globals or semi-globals banned away. Maybe 1 more to come as Fox have banned Zoe, Aatrox, and I'm expecting Nocturne, but perhaps Echo Fox have other plans.
It's definitely interesting because while Echo Fox certainly can use those globals proactively, a lot of people also sometimes look at picks like that as a good answer to Echo Fox because they're just going to try to fight you regardless, right? So if you do have some of these globals of your own, that can allow you to answer their fights around the map and maybe have them opting into things that they shouldn't otherwise be looking for. But either way, they're going to be able to grab the first pick, Nocturne. Such a strong jungle.
I mean, they do respect Deftly's Heimerdinger enough to ban it and give away Nocturne, so power going to shift to Contractz here. We'll see what he can get done on a champion that has been almost never let through in games.
And Dardoch looking at the Graves, there is still the possibility of a Kindred if he wants to go for that. GP blind here for Huni. Has been very good in lane on it. I mean, yesterday, obviously, the star of the show did end up being Someday. People really are going to look at that game and remember Someday slamming on the Darius. But Huni was up 30-35 CS in lane in the 1v1 before everything started going bad for Echo Fox. So it's not like he isn't having good moments. It's not like he is somehow now a bad player. Huni has the ability to take over games, has the ability to really get back to his winning ways. And I think he just needs to win a game. He needs some things that are going right for him to kind of get that swagger back, get that confidence back, because that is always really what he has thrived upon and what Echo Fox as a team has thrived upon.
Huni is a very emotional player. He takes everything to heart. He's so talented, but he definitely feels himself when he's winning, and it goes downhill real quick when he's not. We'll see the kind of what transpires in the rest of this draft. I like the Swain Morgana here from Golden Guardians. A lot of flexibility, a lot of power. Already sold his bot lane from TSM in just our last game. Do a lot of work, and Echo Fox also falling back to Altec's Lucian for a bit of comfort.
Possibility of it going mid lane, but definitely expecting that to be bot. We'll see if Golden Guardians wants to kind of target some support bans to try to make sure that they have an advantageous 2v2. The Braum already taken away, pairs up so incredibly well with not only the Lucian, but also the Graves having double marksman auto attackers. You could also look to take away something like the Tahm Kench that we saw answer this Morgana Swain bot lane very, very well. And Ashe as a ban here from Echo Fox is a bit surprising. Perhaps they are thinking, well, this could be flexed mid for Mickey on that Swain, and maybe Deftly has been actually practicing up his Ashe in scrims. Can be pretty strong in lane, but definitely not a ban I was expecting.
I think in general, Deftly has done a good job of kind of playing stuff that not everyone is really playing and looking
Nami.
good.
Wow.
Nami, the insta-lock there from Feng. I mean, Pike, Braum banned away. No time catch. Nami instead is the selection. We know it's extremely high in solo queue. That's all I know.
I mean, Nami is really a strong laner. You can bully people out fairly well with your tidal waves when you're getting the bounce, the heal, and the damage on both sides. The Tidecaller's Blessing also works very well because it's easy to get all the hits off with Lucian's passive with the kind of the double shot. That being said, if Nami gets hit by a Never Move or a Binding, she is a squishy champion. You could just straight up die from full very, very easily in the all-in, and you're very susceptible to ganks. Can be harder for some of these mage supports or enchantress supports rather to get vision because it's scary to kind of face check in some of these areas. So this is very lane focused. We'll see how well they can actually perform if they can hold up in that 2v2. We saw last game TSM's bot lane really giving it to clutch in that Swain Morgana lane.
And there's Orianna, the last pick here for Golden Guardians. So looks like it will be that Swain Morgana bot lane here. Mickey going to combo more with the Nocturne in this situation by taking Ori. And of course Damonte, that leaves him with counter pick here in mid lane. And it is going to be Ryze.
Interesting. I mean, I never really see Ryze as like a counter to Orianna. I feel like it is an answer. It is something that you can play, but because Ryze has relatively short range, a well-played Orianna can kind of keep out of striking distance oftentimes. The gank setups can be very strong though. That being said, especially if Orianna doesn't want to go cleanse, having that empowered W for the setup on the Graves ganks can be pretty strong. And also the skirmishing is fairly good. That being said, I always have questions about Ryze into compositions like this with strong frontline because you're going to have this Mundo running at you. You're going to have the Swain up in your face. And, you know, when you can't actually thread your Qs back to the squishy targets, how effective will Ryze be in the later stages? But, hey, maybe they don't need that when you have GP, Graves, Lucian, tons of physical damage who are going to be able to kind of punch through.
And I think, as always, we will be looking to Huni to see if he can have a bit of a stronger game. Lourlo has been doing a good job losing gracefully, I will say, in a lot of his matchups. We saw Someday really stick it to him in the reverse of this matchup. He's, of course, on the Mundo this time. And I think the floor for Mundo is pretty high. His baseline, as I believe you said off air, is really strong. So I think Lourlo is set up well to absorb the pressure that we are expecting from Gangplank plus Graves there coming out of the top jungle duo. Dardoch has never shied away from ganking Huni's lane, and I don't really blame him.
Yeah, nor why should you? I mean, it has led to so many wins for so many different teams, right? Huni has an incredibly high win rate across his professional career, whether it was in Europe, whether it was in NA, whether it was in Korea. He has been dominant, and he has always played this aggressive play style. So going to be very exciting to see how these guys can perform here today. I feel like, as is oftentimes the case, Echo Fox have a much harder to execute composition. This is all squishy targets, right? You know, and you're going up against a Swain, a Mundo. Contractz can really ult anyone on your team, and it's going to be effective. There's a shockwave to follow that up. That is terrifying. So there's lots of CC, lots of team fight power here on Golden Guardians, and if anyone doesn't execute properly on Echo Fox and gets caught, they will just die. But that being said, if Echo Fox can execute, you can kite back, you can focus down the front line because you have so much damage, and that's really going to kind of be their path to victory.
Well, see if Golden Guardians can make it 4 straight wins in a row. That'd be back-to-back undefeated weeks. For Fox, it's the opposite. Want to stay a lot less defeated.
Got him.
As it has been rough. But first CS went to Damonte. Lane's over.
That's free.
Oh, the word down. He's like, not this time.
Minions have spawned.
All right, so you can see, not I guess the most common to actually see the master choices here for Dardoch. Press the attack can be pretty powerful on Graves, but very often you're seeing people go like things like electrocute or fleet footwork. I don't often see press the attack because you have to get those 3 hits on a Graves, and I don't know if this is actually a misclick or if he's just saying, hey, there's actually a lot of frontline that I'm going to be training down, and I want to have that damage amp and perhaps a more extended fight. But both Altec and Dardoch are running press the attack, and it's not something that I typically see.
Contractz looks like starting red buff. Pretty simple there. Dardoch also should flash through the jungle here on Graves. So able to get onto that Raptor camp nice and quickly. We'll see where the early pressure goes, or just general pathing, where these junglers do want to be looking.
Yeah, one of the nicest things about playing Graves in the jungle really is that you can actually avoid so much of the monster damage. And, oh, nice binding, but they have a healer. It is a Nami on their team, so It's going to be harder for that damage to stick. This is not that sort of Tahm Kench Jhin lane that we saw actually getting bullied out. This is a lane that has more ability to kind of trade back and be more aggressive. But again, it's going to be about avoiding any potential all-ins, and Dardoch is looking for an invade of his own, trying to take away this blue, but we'll see if Contractz shows up in time. It looks like he's actually going towards the bottom scuttle now. May have actually spotted that Dardoch was on a ward. You can see some things up around there. So it seems like they're now just trying to trade, but Echo Fox is also aware of this. Altec goes over, he wards the scuttle, so they're going to have full information on where Nocturne is, and Dardoch knows he's unwarded, so he's just going to keep taking this.
Yeah,
Nocturne spotted.
Interesting from Contractz to go red buff Raptors Wolves. Didn't go for either scuttle or a major buff.
I mean, I think he just felt he can't actually contest the Graves, right?
Sure.
And I think he's correct at this point in the game. So the ward that they had over by that Pixel Brush and Topside River meant he doesn't go over there, but Mickey, he's behind him, and we have the setup.
Yeah, Mickey getting rooted up. Here's Dardoch with the double buffs. Mickey going to try and run away, but he's about to be first blooded. Dardoch is going to get him.
He's going to get him, and that's pretty poorly done there from Mickey. They know that Graves is on the bottom side of the map, and now trying to chase down on Contractz. Feng just flashes in.
That was quite the flash from Feng. So aggressive.
He didn't even have anything to follow up. I mean, I don't even think he has bubble yet. He doesn't. What are you going to do? I'm here. Oh, wait. So, well, I mean, he's asserting his dominance. That's what we'll give him.
All right, we are going to get some thoughts, though, from Thinko as we throw it down to Ovely May.
Thanks, guys. Spoke with Coach ThinkCard, and he said that he was pretty happy with the draft. He was glad that Huni and Altec both got to get on some comfort picks with that GP and the Lucian. I asked him a little bit about the team's performance, and he said that it's not really on one person, but more of a team communication and kind of learning how to play around each other. He says that for this game, they're mainly going to focus on shutting down Nocturne with Dardoch's Graves, and that's going to be their key. Back to you.
Thank you, Ovely. And Dardoch's Graves definitely getting work done. It's not Nocturne that's getting shut down. It is Mickey for now.
Yeah, but you can see the focus. You know, they're executing on that game plan already. That is the invade happening. That is all the jungle camps kind of being stolen away by Dardoch. But, yeah, I mean, Mickey really should have known where Graves could be, and he wasn't even playing to the bottom side of the map. At the very least, if you were going to push up, you have to play to the bottom side of the bush on that side where your jungler is, right? And he was playing to the top side of the map. He was playing very pushed up, and he gave away a very easy kill to his opponents. And that's not what you want to see happen when you are Contractz. And, you know, Dardoch's job is going to be keeping this guy down.
Yep. Dardoch again prevents Contractz from stealing the important parts of that Raptor camp, is back in time to take that for himself. Also going to clear vision away from the left side of mid. Been pretty aggressive with his sweeper, so Dardoch certainly trying to apply pressure at what has been probably the best looking individual member of the Golden Guardians.
Yeah, he definitely has been very strong. Has been having some nice assassin performances as well. Huni up here on the top side. Already forced Lourlo to go back to base early, has a 10 CS advantage, and is playing Klepto. So those are all very good things for Echo Fox and their top lane. Sheen first buy is always what you really are kind of hoping to get. And, you know, there is always the argument between should you be going Klepto, should you be going Grasp. Yes, this is a pretty good matchup for GP, but we've seen GP still get run down, and Grasp does kind of give you more lane presence. That being said, this is a better scaling option, and if you can win with it, you're going to be feeling really, really good.
Certainly watching his junglers as Contractz wants to sweep away this wall, but Dardoch continuing to enforce his will onto Dardoch. Lethal tempo procs, the fear is there, but Contractz forced to get out as Damonte was coming in quick with the Realm Warp.
Yeah, pushing him back again, just trying to track him through, can likely steal away that Gromp, and does get the reverse scuttle as well. They can also look to threaten a dive here. So, you know, Contractz, if he bases, this is a scary time for Lourlo. Lourlo has no TP. Mickey is coming up to cover, so this is actually a very smart play here from Mickey. They know that Lourlo could get dove, and if Lourlo gets dove with the mini wave pushing in and no TP, it can be lights out in that top lane, so just that small roam there from Mickey. The priority that he had in mid lane then gets kind of transferred over to top, and that's really good cover.
Yeah, good presence of mind there from Mickey, so does kind of prevent any further action for now in the top half of the map as Dardoch moving in towards 6 is back on his Krugs and his left side of the map. Contractz also building relatively quickly up towards 6. Will be a lot more impactful when he does have the ultimate skilled up.
Yeah, I would definitely like to hit that, and obviously Nocturne trying to hit 6 at a very good timing to look for that early gank. We'll see where he's going to go with that. I often feel that the first Nocturne ultimate can really dictate a lot of the pace of the game. You can get that early kill. It really can feel very, very good to just kind of rotate between power farming and going for the ult. And they can look for an all-in right now. He has it.
Yeah, might be straight bot lane. They want the Nami.
No
Feng
flash.
still no flash. Yeah, that's the problem. Contractz able to get the kill. Flash binding. Good cleanse from Altec. And now Matt actually tanking the culling. Gonna have to get himself out of the way. Altec good defense on his side, but Feng was not so lucky.
Yeah, taking the free kill there, knowing that Feng had wasted his flash in the river. That is the punish there. So it's a couple minutes later, but just before that flash timing did come back up. Contractz looking bad and able to execute on a kill. And when you get that first kill with your ultimate, you go back, you buy CDR, and you can just continue rotating between farm until you're all up, immediately look for a gank. And if you can kind of get in that rhythm, it feels so, so good. Hits level 6, goes straight in. Altec is further up, but he knows this is the free kill. Going to be able to hit that spell shield on the bubble. Very nicely done. And then Matt flashes for the binding, but it's cleansed by Altec.
Steal though from Dardoch, again using knowledge of the bot side gank from Contractz to take the blue buff away from Golden Guardians, and it's nice to keep it away from Mickey as Dardoch continues to get further ahead in his kind of 1v1 matchup.
Yeah, they'd love to really keep Mickey down here, be able to allow Damonte to kind of push him in and perhaps look for some roams with that Realm Warp, really kind of pair up with Dardoch, because Ryze and Graves are both extremely strong early skirmish champions. But either way, Contractz still doing pretty well despite that pressure that has been put on him. He has been able to really still stay fairly close in experience, and getting that first kill bottom side is going to help a lot.
Yep. See Dardoch continuing to take buffs away though. Contractz actually starting an Infernal.
This is pretty risky. I mean, there's a lot of members from Echo Fox converging. They should know that this could be going on. I mean, 4 members around this side of the map, but bot lane priority, mid lane priority for Golden Guardians. So Echo Fox doesn't feel comfortable to come out and check it. They know they've listed a lot of farm if they did. So early Infernal for Golden Guardians.
Actually a really nicely timed objective take there. So good for them to get that pretty important first objective. Getting that first strike under 10 minutes always feels nice. This doesn't feel as nice though. Yeah, Huni's looking to take that turret pretty much on his own.
Yeah, I mean, Huni has already done 2/3 of the health of that turret. Is a Klepto GP, is up farm. And you can see that that actually builds up quite a lot in the gold lead because of the parlay gold he gets, because of that Klepto gold he gets as well. And Contractz ult up, going bot.
Now going Altec this time. He's the one that does have flash. The cleanse already used, but he's going to dive all the way through. Contractz just solo dives under the turret and takes down Altec.
That was beautiful. The cleanse being down meant he has that confidence to flash follow. He knows he's going to get the fear tether. He knows he can train him down. And now they're going to get a 4-man dive here. Huni, though, getting solo turret top, but Feng is dead to rights. He's getting corralled.
Yep, doesn't quite get slowed. Oh, skill shot's starting to miss, but there's Mickey. There's the root, pulls back. No shockwave committed yet. Mickey just going to wait. Does finally get the kill. Took a little longer than they might have liked, though.
Still, GP ultimately drop bot. Should be able to knock this turret down, though. It's 4 members regardless, and even if they have to tank a couple of shots, they will be able to trade that turret. But I mean, this is 4 members bot to get the turret, where on the top side, Huni just gets it by himself. Huni is nearly 2,000 gold ahead of Lourlo. He has 3,000 gold on his character right now to go back to base, and that's going to be a full Triforce. That is going to be him with a monumental lead in the side lane against Lourlo, and this is kind of the opportunity you're waiting for as an Echo Fox fan, as a Huni fan, for him to really be able to take over a game, because he's set up well to do it. But here it is again, immediately once that ultimate is up, Contractz right down to the bottom lane, flash, follow on the tether. That one just barely actually didn't break the tether with the flash, was really, really close, and when it doesn't break, he knows he can follow. And then corralling Feng here. Doesn't matter how many skill shots you dodge, honestly, there's just no way out of this 1v4 with no flash.
Yeah, and again, Mickey knows, bides his time with the ulti and does manage to get the kill. All that time, though, did actually leave Echo Fox's full control of the top half of the map, so Dardoch doing a nice job with Damonte taking down the mid outer, and of course Huni, all that work he did by himself already, got himself solo turret gold and make sure Echo Fox stay in the lead for turrets, so...
Yeah. I mean, Contractz has been effective on the bottom side of the map, but you know that is kind of the cost. Is unfortunately for him, they're kind of losing on both sides, right? They're losing in pressure, so he goes bot and that kind of evens it out, but on the top side, definitely just going to get run down.
Yep, Face takes a smoke screen, no turret to run to, is going to stopwatch, but it just doesn't mean a thing. Bubble's not going to miss, does get the ulti down, but Huni able to collect the kill.
Yeah, Huni gets the kill. He is up the turret, just kind of camping that brush, and he will have enough time to get bot side and actually answer Mundo's push. When GP doesn't show on the map, you have to be very, very careful about that. And Echo Fox are getting a lot of advantages, you know, with the top side of the map because Dardoch has been taking away farm, has been pushing in, despite the fact that Contractz has those 2 kills. You know, Dardoch is going to be the one up in gold, thanks in part to the global gold, and Huni has established this really big individual lead. Their bot lane is basically even, so things are looking very, very good for Echo Fox.
I mean, Echo Fox are up 2,000 gold.
Yeah.
That lead is pretty much all on Huni.
Yeah.
Which is kind of absurd when you think how much work he's done early on in the game on a hyper-scaling carry champion. Like you said, if there's ever a time for a redemptive game for Huni on a comfort pick like ThinkCard mentioned, this is the time for Huni to shine. But Golden Guardians should know this, and we'll see if they transfer some of that Nocturne pressure into Huni's lane.
Yeah, I mean, Huni got a pre-11-minute Triforce, right? And he actually had gold before that, so like he's absurdly strong. And now moving over here to the mid lane, looking for Deftly.
Another barrel chain, gonna try and connect, gets one to Deftly, Guardian pops. Huni just gonna kite around, does commit his ultimate, but not a huge cost for him right there.
Yeah, not too big of a cost. The cooldown is fairly long. Wanted to try to make something happen, but perhaps more members in the mid lane than he was expecting. Because he is kind of making these moves, though, when the lane is already pushed for him, because Lourlo cannot contest the wave at all. He has to let it push in, farm under his turret, and then repeat. So Huni pushes out the wave, spends that time to go mid lane, to go top lane, to try to get some pressure down, and then can return, pick up the wave, pick up the farm, and he's going to have that advantage because of how far ahead he is.
Yep, turret gold also helping Fox out there. They got the first one, they're still up 1, so that Contractz is starting the Rift Herald here to ideally take at least 1 turret by using that objective. So based on current look around the map, I don't know if Fox can contest to this. Dardoch not close enough in the area and good vision control there by GG's.
Shouldn't be able to go for any sort of contest. No vision, no GP ult. It's not really a fight you want to kind of risk anything major on, especially when a lot of their turrets are still fairly healthy. There is a decent chance of actually just straight up defending against that Rift Herald, when if they are ready for a fight, they certainly have the ability to win it right now.
Huni, though, still off adventuring. Going to go over to the blue buff, actually. I think Huni's just decided that all the farm in this game is his.
I think rightfully so. I mean, it has been going so damn well for him, and you know, on this GP, having that additional CDR is going to be very nice for making more ultimate plays. Sitting at 30% obviously already with that blue buff plus Triforce is going to mean it's almost impossible for Lourlo to really do anything in the 1v1. Lourlo's just going to have to hope that he can be relevant in the team fights later, where he certainly will have his opportunities.
Contractz, don't forget, did pick up the Eye of the Herald very recently, so right now it looks to be tracking for top lane. Hoping to get this turret taken. There's
no one there for Echo Fox, but Golden Guardians doesn't really know that. If this wave gets the turret, though, they're probably just going to drop that Rift Herald. And then as the dragon goes down, they'll certainly know. So should be at least 1 turret for Golden Guardians if they want to actually pull the trigger on this. If they can get a kill into a turret, they could look for potentially 2. And Contractz has his ultimate, so there's no way that Damonte can actually just walk up and defend this. He would die. He has to be very, very careful about that. They could just straight up get 2 turrets. I mean, Echo Fox isn't really responding.
Feels like they're going to try. Also, Mickey up here.
Oh
no, the flash! Got caught by Mickey. Contractz on a killing spree.
Nicely done. They get another kill with an ultimate. 3 ultimates, 3 kills there for Contractz. And now the bot lane is here, but it's a 4v2. The Rift Herald's still alive. They will drop the GP ult, so they will keep that turret alive, but another chunk, a turret down. Golden Guardians making good moves, and it's really just kind of been the Huni show for Echo Fox, but the rest of the map, Golden Guardians has been very effective.
Flash by Feng does leave Altec bound up, but has both his summoners, so should be okay there. I like the idea to get a pick in transition, looking to siege up mid, but unfortunately for Golden Guardians, bears no fruit. As Fox do pretty safely move through their own jungle. Let's watch this one again. Damonte just shouldn't be here.
Yeah, he really shouldn't. It's a well-placed ball from Mickey, though. He puts it maximum range to the right, so as he flashes, he still gets caught on the far side of that shockwave. Had he placed the ball right on Damonte, Damonte can flash out of that. So that's just really intelligent positioning of that ball from Mickey, knowing Contractz is on one side. Only way he can go is to the right, cuts that off, hits him with a shockwave, gets a kill and a flash.
And as a result, evens up the turret score. Fox still up about 1,500 gold or so. Golden Guardians making it close to Feng. No flash from earlier. Deftly just takes him out. Was that a W kill?
Yeah,
that must have been a W kill.
He's like, thanks, Mickey. Appreciate it, bud. Mickey hits another shockwave. Feng has been getting picked on a bit this game. That is the danger of Nami. You know, one wasted flash on the bot lane meant his death. They get dove again. That costs another flash. Then on the top side, he has to flash a binding. That's another death. They're constantly being able to get kills on him. And partly, yes, it is his fault, especially that first flash, but...
Lourlo? I would run. Oh, we got the barrel!
His ult really soon.
Might be trying to happen. Here's Damonte coming through. Contractz a little late, but Lourlo forced to flash away. Contractz, does he dare go for this? Oh, ult is so close. Here's the TP. They're going to go for Huni. Contractz on a rampage. Takes him down. Should be a free kill as well to follow through with it all. Damonte trying to cut it up, but Contractz just flashes straight into his face. We're going to take him down. He grabs the double.
Contractz doing his best Levi cosplay here. Giving me flashbacks to Worlds. Levi popping off on that game, and Contractz, every ultimate has resulted in a kill. Matt going in, Feng no flash. Sorry, buddy, you're gone.
Flash, ult, ball, goodbye. Mickey able to take him down one more time. That's 4 deaths and counting for the Nami.
It's so rough. I mean, as I was saying, yes, some of it is his fault, but some of it is also, it's very difficult to fight for vision when your team is losing. You are squishy.
Let's watch this one again, though. It's time for our Acer Predator replay. Lourlo picked quite the fight here.
Yeah, Lourlo taking the fight. Huni would win that eventual 1v1, but he knows that Nocturne is coming. They know that Ryze is coming, and I mean, these Nocturne ultimates have been perfectly chained together, has been able to survive. Lourlo buys enough time. Contractz super strong at this point, had already gone back to buy, and just deletes Huni off the map, and then Lourlo has enough health left in the tank to help tank this up. Damonte gonna get run down. 2 more kills onto Contractz. He is just absurdly fast.
And we didn't catch this one in that replay, but here's Mickey in some trouble. And Dardoch's like, yeah, see you later.
Woo, that binding, though, is actually really nice.
And Matt, unfortunately, cannot get the follow-up kill. He's gonna chase him down. Oh, Dardoch, how did you do that? That was dirty.
Okay. Dardoch just made them look stupid. That was nice. That was nice.
Great.
Yeah.
All right, 3-0-1 for Dardoch. Picked up 2 kills in a pretty short amount of time.
It's the jungler duel. Anything you could do, I could do better. And Dardoch says you needed a teammate to get 2 kills. Watch this.
I needed your blue buff, which he also took in that exchange. Huni does finally suffer a death, but he'll take it, given how much pressure Golden Guardians are willing to throw down there. Still, this game now balanced very precariously. Fox only up about 300 gold from what was a 2,000 gold lead earlier.
Yeah, I mean, the gold is very, very even. And again, Golden Guardians have the easier to execute team composition. You have to really be playing kind of on that knife's edge as Echo Fox because there's so many squishy members. Anyone gets caught with a shockwave, you're dead. You get caught with a binding, you're dead. Never move, you're dead. It's really, really scary to play that out. But if executed perfectly, they have an insane amount of damage coming from so many angles, and they can really shred through someone like the Mundo.
Golden Guardian's going to try and take this turret. They desperately need it as Huni actually going to get jumped on here. Really nice ult there, but he flashes over the wall to barely get himself out safely. Turret, though, will fall as a result. Dardoch getting aggressive. It does want to be a little bit more careful. Lourlo still chasing, pops the ult, lands a cleaver in onto Feng. Dardoch hits a binding. No shockwave target just yet as Altec defensive culling to try and keep him out of the way.
Push him back. Contractz first ultimate that doesn't get a kill, but he does get the flash there from Huni. A worthy trade, especially when you've already picked up a decent amount of CDR here on the Nocturne. Is that 100-second ultimate cooldown flash, 5 minutes, so certainly a positive trade to make there. And Huni has not been able to really kind of continue to push that lead. He really did get a massive 1v1 advantage on the top side, but Lourlo has been at least able to hang on and hold this turret alive. So Huni certainly is getting up and up in gold. The team is becoming more and more reliant on him to actually be able to win these team fights because he really is the strongest member. It's him and Dardoch versus the world.
Yep, and playing to win certainly his lane. Full Mortar Reminder was his second item. Just decided to upgrade the Executioner's Calling all the way home.
And I think it's a smart buy to have that healing debuff, especially when there's also a Swain, right? You know, that is kind of that secondary big healing target. You can see Executioner's purchased up by Dardoch as well, so glad to see that. Black Cleaver going to be the purchase, looks like, for Altec also. So having 2 Black Cleavers doesn't always feel great because it doesn't actually stack, but they will be able to have that armor shred for their team.
Contractz and friends though. Gonna take down this Mountain Drake, so straightforward stuff there. Golden Guardians to stay up in Drake objectives at least, and actually up in turrets as well, since taking that mid. I mean, really, given where we were with Huni so far ahead, Golden Guardians have done a good job as a team, kind of getting the gold back well within touching distance.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting because Golden Guardians are taking a different approach than a lot of other teams have been. You know, Huni is doing similar things in the 1v1 that he did in some of the other games, but other teams are just saying, all right, well, Huni's going to push up and we'll just kill him. In this game, Contractz is just telling Lourlo, well, you're on your own, bud. Try to survive up there, and he is focusing elsewhere on the map. So this is a very different style of game than we have been seeing recently, where it's Huni getting picked on, Huni getting camped. This is a game where he is not. He has created a big individual advantage, but the rest of his team has fallen behind as a result. And let's see.
All right, looks like maybe the plan has changed.
Nice stopwatch.
Huni does stopwatch nicely, but still has to get out from under all this damage. The barrels are there, but it's not enough for a kill. Lourlo finally gonna get a kill for himself.
Yeah, kind of close to getting Contractz down, but it's a tough call to make on a stopwatch like that, because if you think you can kill Contractz, it's worth immuning the ultimate damage to then try to turn around that fight. But you know, in this case, was not able to do so, so the stopwatch is for naught, and you know, will not have that the next time around if he gets ulted in a team fight or you know, tries to use it on a shockwave or anything like that. Echo though trying to fight back for vision around this Baron. You can see they're using the buddy system now. Feng has died a lot of times trying to get vision, so he has his squad with him this time around.
Fox still playing around the map. They've got one obvious turret that Lourlo's been protecting.
You know what the saddest part about this game is? I didn't even realize Feng doesn't even have his Sightstone completed yet.
Contractz does have the stopwatch there. Flash from Dardoch though, but the shockwave caught Damonte. Root back down, but he's actually immune, so he can't be pulled back. Altec with another defensive Carling will keep his teammate alive.
Yeah, I mean, Feng is on 465 gold earned of the 500, so that shows you how little opportunity he's actually had to be aggressive and play around that. So they have no Sightstone on their team, and that is really tough to play around.
Well, apparently Sightstone not needed this time around. Vision usually what you want when you start Baron at 24 minutes, but they just start Baron right on the money. Contractz can't get in with the ultimate. It is going to go down. Huni actually got a realm warp out of the way. Echo Fox turned their game back around.
Echo Fox go for the risky play. 24-minute Baron. They're going to knock it down, get out scot-free with that Ryze ultimate. And that is just really nice shot calling from Echo Fox. They know they have an exit plan. They know it's worth taking that risk because the vision wasn't there. And Golden Guardians caught asleep at the wheel a little bit.
That ranks pretty highly on Echo Foxy things in game. That was an Echo Fox Baron if I've ever seen one. But as a result, they'll give themselves the gold lead and alleviate a lot of that pressure as they try and knock down a few more turrets and get this game further out of the hands of Golden Guardians.
And you want to talk about a way for Huni to knock down turrets in a side lane, right? The Baron buff is it. Mundo can hold you in that 1v1. Without that Baron buff, he can knock down the minions fairly well, but Mundo does not do enough damage, does not have effective enough wave clear to actually hold against Baron-empowered minions. So then the only way to stop Huni becomes killing Huni, and you know, that can be a lot tougher unless he has some help from Contractz.
Damonte also got things going in the top side. He's going to back away now, but also has TP, so Fox can spread out pretty thin across the rift and apply Baron buff in every single lane.
But again, look how naked the map is of wards. Just now, Feng finishes his Sightstone 25 minutes into the game. That I would not be surprised if this is the latest competitive Sightstone that we have ever seen. Like, this is shockingly late. And as a result, there's just no vision on the map here for Echo Fox. So, you know, they have the Baron buff, but they're like, well, where is everyone? I don't know. It's very hard to actually push up.
Golden Guardians so far doing a decent job defending. Have burnt off a minute and a half of the buff already. Lourlo face checking. Pretty tanky boy though, so it should be okay. Does not commit the ultimate either. So no major cooldowns really used there for GG's. Mickey had a blue buff, is doing some jungling, but here comes the classic Orianna flank. Contractz going in, wants to try and take down Altec with cleanses and flashes. Feng also burns his ultimate there as Huni is maybe too far forward. Nice double W there from Deftly. That's a tongue twister. As Damonte finally getting some turrets being taken down.
Yeah, it's a good job by Contractz getting double summoners, but the problem is so much of their gold is on this Nocturne. And against the Baron buff, he's pretty worthless actually in a fight without his ultimate, right? He doesn't really have a way in. You can't just run straight at them, you will die. So Echo Fox pushing on the bottom side, and they know now there's very little threat from Golden Guardians. So they have to try to play it back, try to play the wave clear game and keep these turrets alive, but they are going to be bleeding gold.
Lourlo getting ganked, eats a barrel finally as Damonte And Huni able to zone him off to get Echo Fox their 4th turret of the game and finally take the turret lead for themselves. Maybe a little slower on the overall push, but Echo Fox still getting a lot of really good value out of that very decisive Baron call.
Yeah, I mean, that Baron really was massive for the team. They've knocked down multiple turrets. Perhaps going to crack an inhibitor here as well. Golden Guardians doesn't have an answer. Without Contractz having ultimate, there's nothing you can really do except try to wave clear. So the base is just kind of falling before their eyes. They don't really have a very powerful wave clear besides Mickey, so you can't be everywhere, and they're kind of just losing on all sides right now. 5,000 gold is the difference, and it was very, very close not long ago.
Yeah, they also need Mickey for a team fight at this point. Given the Contractz' ult still isn't back up. Echo Fox, though, will finally leave as the Baron buff dissipates, so no inhibitor was lost, but still a ton of damage done. And a game that was a few thousand gold, even less than that, before that Baron is now, what, 5,000 gold ahead for Echo Fox?
Yep, definitely a big lead opened up there, and then you can see as a result, Huni is already on 3.5 items, working towards that last item.
Guardian Angel, I think.
Guardian Angel should be a GA with the chain vest there for sure. Either way, interesting to see Dardoch actually picking up a Stormrazor. Not something I've seen that often on Graves. He may want to go into a more aggressive build after this, see if he actually grabs a Rapid Fire to go with it. Golden Guardians may go for a flank here. They are behind. They have Mundo coming from in front, so they could kind of surround from all sides, and there they go.
Dardoch trying to find the pick, but Damonte again goes into stasis. Still need to try and pick one up. Damonte low is not going to fall. Barely lived as Mickey finally gets the over the 2-man shockwave. Finds Feng and Dardoch with a shutdown onto Contractz. Could spell disaster. Huni chasing down Mickey as Deftly dives into the backside, and Lourlo picks up Feng. Altec still getting chased. Mickey lived through his duel with Huni, and now just the binding looking for Altec. Does not grab him. Just barely jashing at the right angle.
Yeah, that was not the best place binding from Matt. You want to put that more to the right to try to cut off his escape path because he can't go back to the left into your team. If you force a dodge to the left, he will die anyway. Either way, Echo Fox lose 2. They kill Contractz, but it could have been a lot worse. That was very close. 2 Golden Guardians getting so much there. But they were able to kind of fight their way out. Dardoch still incredibly strong. Altec able to survive, and Huni really is going to be a massive threat on this GP.
I mean, he is unrelenting in his pressure, just aggressively moving forward, taking no prisoners. As Golden Guardians did try something here. Contractz tries to pick off the striker at the top.
Yeah, they go right before Mickey, but Mickey's able to survive a long time. They can't quite burst him down. Matt flashes in, finds the 3-man ultimate, but the chains are broken, and then you can see Huni splitting off, chasing Mickey on the side. It's looking like Feng will go down, Dardoch will go down, but they decide, hey, no, stop chasing Dardoch, we'll actually get Altec here. They think that they can kind of corral him, but the cleavers are missing. That binding would have wanted to be a bit more to the right to actually force him to try to move back into Lourlo. Unfortunately for Matt there, not able to connect, and Altec gets out by the skin of his teeth, and Dardoch gets out and counter jungles the blue side of the map.
Yep, good looking team fight for Golden Guardians, but not quite enough. Echo Fox still stay pretty far ahead in this game.
And you can see how little damage Contractz was able to actually put out in that team fight. Not by any fault of his own, but you know, the ultimate was actually pretty good onto Damonte, but then there's the Zhonya's, there's all the absorb coming in from the Seraph, so it really is kind of this one-punch champion, and he has GA now, so that will help him have a little bit more follow-up and survive longer in the fight. But even this super-fed Nocturne can struggle in the later stages against champions, that have stopwatch, have Zhonya's, and have GA, and a lot of people are trying to pick that up. So may need to see him swap his targets around because stopwatch is available on Altec. There is still the Zhonya's on Damonte also, so probably has to look for Dardoch or has to look for Huni before he finishes GA, but that's bought up now, so really the targets become more limited. Probably has to either try to one-shot Feng, who has a stopwatch, or go for Dardoch, and really it's only Dardoch right now.
Yeah, I think we've kind of looked to the rest of Golden Guardians now to carry the team fight. Mickey very strong, almost at his death cap. Certainly can do a lot of good combos. Don't need the Nocturne to get the kill if Orianna can do it for you, just escorting the ball in.
Yeah, and Swain is still scaling up and is a big threat. It's just that so much of the gold is concentrated on Contractz that he needs to be able to try to find some effect, and they are looking for this fight.
We're waiting for the Baron, finding a miss. Dardoch still playing up forward. Nice GP ult. Some barrels come out as well. Definitely getting low. Dies actually! And that's 2 kills already. The bot lane just dead to Dardoch. Now Damonte flanking around. Lourlo going to try and chase him, but they have to kind of get out of here. Run
They're not getting out.
Smoke screen is good. There's a triple kill for Dardoch, going to try and line it up. Lourlo the next in his eyes. Can he nab the Quadra? Lourlo getting low. Shut down by Damonte. Echo Fox, 4 clean kills with just a Nocturne left to defend.
That's going to do it. 32 minutes in. Echo Fox will have enough to close this one out.
It's been a rough streak so far. Contractz just going to burn the ulti and try and buy some precious time. He dives in, he wants it, but it's so desperate. Guardian Angel going to at least make them spend a little bit more time, but the ace is finished. Fox will take down the Nexus turrets, and after 3 losses in a row, they'll finally pick a win up and tie themselves for first place.
Still sitting in that first way tie. Echo Fox find a win, find a good performance from Huni. He was massively up in the 1v1 in lane. He takes the solo turret, and they're able to hang on. And this one really was for Echo Fox so much about Dardoch, so much about Huni. 7-0-3 on the Graves. Despite the fact that Contractz was finding kill after kill with that ultimate, it's the Graves who was more effective in those late game team fights. Dardoch was monstrously farmed, was the highest level in the game, and really able to take over. Such an impressive performance from him.
Yeah, Echo Fox, back to basics, it feels like in a lot of ways. You know, what's the thing that won them so many games in spring, early on in summer? It was Dardoch and Huni teaming up and just smashing everyone. And you said Dardoch and Huni versus the world at some point. That's what it became. This time, Huni rose to the occasion.
Yeah, I mean, Dardoch did more damage, I think, than Altec and Damonte combined. Huni did almost as much damage as the 3 of them combined. It's like pretty absurd numbers. But, for Golden Guardians, there still was a lot of positives from this game. Impressive performance from Echo Fox. Definitely some concerns about how the bot lane looked that game. But the top side of the map played incredibly well. Golden Guardians, though, had a really strong jungle performance. They were able to get kill after kill on the bottom side of the map. That Baron, though, from Echo Fox, letting that go uncontested was so big. And, that final fight, just a really good GP ultimate and all the damage coming out from Graves. Their bot lane died without being able to get anything off, and that was it.
Yeah, I mean, you said it at the start of the draft. They're like, well, Echo Fox, as always, have picked themselves a more complicated comp to play. But when everyone executes, they look like one of the best teams in the league. So happy to be tied for, four-way tied for first, which is quite the mess.
First way tie.
Yeah, it is a first-way tie between 4 other teams. Golden Guardians, though, should still be happy. Of course, they would love to have another 2-0 weekend, but a lot of points where they're still getting stronger against very quality opponents.
And I mean, the positive for Echo Fox is despite the struggles, you're still tied for first. There's room to grow, but hey, you're at the top of the standings.
Well, so far so good, I guess, as Echo Fox pick up that win. And to hear more about it, I'm going to hand it over to Ovely in the Echo Fox top laner.
Thanks, guys. Huni, congratulations on that win against Golden Guardians. How were you guys able to take control of that game and pull off the win?
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of always scared before we actually versus the GGS because we have been screaming I think last week, and then they were playing really good, and actually they pop off. I think they're there were 3 wins in a row. GGS is super good right now, so that's why I was always scared. But still, today was really tough game from Nocturne was really strong pick, obviously from just blue advantage. And we kind of cheated with the Ryze ulti, the Nash, with the Mountain Drake. So I feel it's not really super happy that we actually take down GGS, but still we gotta learn a lot. I think it was a good match. We won at the same time. We actually learned a lot what they should do. So pretty happy about that. But still, I don't think it was not ideal that finishing the game like that.
And you played great today, but recently people have been commenting on almost like a dip in your performance. So have you acknowledged any of that? And if so, what are you doing to try to fix it?
Yeah, I mean, probably from refrivers, there was a bit shaky. Though I even kind of interviewed that as a team, we are having kind of hard time since we have all out roster and we're changing a lot teammates too. So people doesn't know how to play around it. And also there was a lot meta that we haven't played, let's say Altec didn't know how to play around funnel, because obviously ADK doesn't play mid, and funnel is new thing, so it was a lot shaky as a team. So I feel that's why it looks kind of shaky, but I'll say we kind of come back. You should be able to I'm definitely confident to play as a top, beating everyone since this meta.
And what do you need from your team to truly unlock you, be at your best?
Just follow my call.
Just following your call. Well, we saw you and Dardoch play well together today, and he completely shut down the Nocturne on that Graves. So what's your experience like playing with him, and what do you think of his performance?
Yeah, definitely. Even though they first picked Nocturne, which is like really strong pick, we actually able to counter pick as a like picking GP 1-2. At the same time, we picked Graves, which is like super strong, like evading jungler. So it was like really good as a setup. So we're right now is like really straightforward on the top and jungle, like which is like draft and preference right now. So it was like really good that Dardoch, I saw a double kill at the Orianna and Morg. That was like I think really turning point for us. We were like kind of like, oh damn, what we should do? We were kind of panicking, but actually after the double kill, like he was like yelling that. So I think someone like called it, oh, Joshi's gonna carry us, and then we actually kind of come back it.
And so from what I understand is not only are you prepping for LCS each week, but you're also prepping to take your driver's license test next week. So tell me, who's teaching you? Who's helping you? What's your dream car?
I mean, you know, I have driving license in Korea, but unfortunately it's not working in California. So, you know, I'm gonna take again, but I will go for it. There's no teacher for me. But I will get Wild Turtle for next week, Monday. And my dream car, I don't know, if really just give me sponsorship, I will take the dream car.
And remember, LCS is different from driving. Please stay in your lane. Huni, thank you so much. And for more on the game, let's hear from the analyst desk.
Thank you very much, Avali. Always a fun time to hear from Huni up on the stage after a win, and a very important win for Echo Fox here over a surging Golden Guardians in the previous weeks. But again, didn't look pretty necessarily. Didn't come easily to a certain extent. And I want to take a look at this draft because multiple times just today have we seen the Mundo versus GP matchup, and I think every time I watch it, I come away with a different feeling of how it's supposed to go. And I don't really know if it's figured out yet.
Yeah, this is pretty weird. I think that this was an example of what the other teams were trying to do, where you take GP and a Mundo, and the GP plays very aggressively, like just trading 24/7, constantly queuing, playing under the Mundo's turret. And your jungler then splits the map topside, which is what Dardoch was able to do with that Graves and the Nocturne. And then you basically make it so Mundo can never get any help, and GP can keep pressuring him, get a huge lead, and eventually like a first turret like he did.
Yeah, I think the way Huni approaches the matchup with the support of his team is pretty different than how other GPs are able to play it. So if you look at Huni's forward percentage, he's actually 72%.
That's insane.
Up in the lane, whereas the average when you're playing this matchup is around 30 for the GP. So he is across the midway point 40% more often than other GPs, and that's all supported by the fact that Dardoch actually has a really high jungle proximity stat to the top side of the map. And that's why he's able to play the matchup in such a different way.
Yeah, and the top side of the map really did go well for Echo Fox. You know, everything kind of according to plan there. However, everybody knows they're going to do this, right? For the entire season, Echo Fox is like, you know what? Altec and whichever support is down there with him, good luck, boys, because, you know, Dardoch and Huni are the two stars, and they like to play together. So bottom lane going to have some attention from Golden Guardians. They decide to go away from the Dardoch and Huni combination and get their gold from the bot side.
I do think that GGS had a pretty good response. If you can't go top, you just try to make something happen bot, and they were able to find kills with repeated Nocturne ults. And I do have to question the Nami pick from Echo Fox. They did win, but I can't really say Nami helped them too much. He was sabotaging a little bit.
Yeah.
I think he had his sight stone at like 25 minutes, which is insanely late.
Shockingly late, as they also eloquently
shockingly late. So I think that if you're planning on not playing around bot lane, Nami's not your go-to. Like, you have options. I don't know what was open this game, but you know, there's Braum, Tom Kench, defensive
Yeah, looking at the
supports.
bans there, I see that Braum was taken off the table, but there were definitely other tanky options still to be picked.
Yeah.
Right, so I think Nami is not high on my list of champions you want to leave alone against a Nocturne jungle, so good on GGS to find those picks, but
And I want to stop down to talk about this guy, Contractz, in the back wall. He was on your list for a possible midseason MVP candidate, and for so much of this game, he was putting up an MVP-like performance.
I think Contractz is great. He's a player who like I was talking about earlier in the day, he doesn't have a superstar team with him. He's got, you know, solid players, but no one's in the MVP running, and he's just found so many advantages if you watch his games through clever pathing, just through to the plays he engages. He's always finding advantages for his team, and he's got a really great mindset. He seems like a super nice guy, always trying to help his team, so definitely one of my favorite junglers to watch.
Unfortunately for him, on the other side, for Echo Fox, was another potential MVP candidate jungler who was putting
North America has too many good junglers.
This game was a perfect. This was a perfect solo queue clinic from Dardoch. If your bot lane's feeding, if they're spam pinging for help, you just say, "Nah, I'm just gonna farm up, kill top lane."
Is that what happened here?
Yeah. 2v1 solo kill somehow in the jungle. I don't know. Dardoch just 1v9 this game.
Without a doubt, even in the final team fight, right, coming up big with plenty of kills, we do have to recall that, of course, the Nami ult helped in the engage of this all, but Dardoch leading the charge on the Grave to end the game.
I would argue Huni even did more with the ult than the E, flash E combo, or just this regular E combo to slow everyone down. Here comes the Nami wave finally, but Dardoch's already killed 2 people by the time that thing's coming through. So Huni and Dardoch, the 2 main carriers on Echo Fox.
That sidestep on the Orianna ult was big.
Yeah.
A ton of work in this fight.
Dardoch was a total monster.
Huni also mentioned in his interview, Dardoch, when he got the double kill by himself in the opponent jungle.
Woo! That was spicy.
In the opponent jungle on Orianna and Morgana, right after Golden Guardians had made a big play bottom, and your hands are like, oh no, you know, it's going so poorly for them. And Dardoch all of a sudden comes up with a 2v1 double kill.
But so once again, I find myself coming out of an Echo Fox game in a tough spot. Because again, so much of this conversation was just about everything that Golden Guardians did well to put themselves in a solid place for winning this game. And then a couple things, or one individual player on Echo Fox is the reason that Echo Fox wins. But I don't think any team is going to move towards a postseason or Worlds saying, great, let's rely on that one guy popping off 1v9 every single time.
I do think this game was, it wasn't a clean game from Echo Fox by any means. Like, they got completely destroyed on the bottom side of the map. And I do think that when you have a strategy like Echo Fox, which is have Huni play, you know, forward and lane the entire game, have Dardoch split the map, you need a bot lane that can just endure. Like, soak all the pressure, not die to the ganks, try to avoid getting dove, give up as little as possible. And I think that they try to do that, but this game they weren't able to do it very well. So it's probably something that you should look for.
I mean, to me, it feels like you're looking for, like, almost like Bang Wolf or Prey Gorilla kind of are the style of bot lane that I think, you know, plays that very well, where they seemingly absorb a lot of pressure, at least through the history of their careers. Obviously, a different meta, different time. They're playing different champions now.
Yeah, I would also say that especially Nocturne is a super good pick against Echo Fox, because we saw even past laning phase, you know, once they get the bottom lane out of there, a lot of side lane picks, you know, when Huni split pushing and stuff like that go really well for Golden Guardians, and they're able to punish Echo Fox in the mid game as well. And it's just that sneaky surprise Baron that kind of resets everything in their favor.
Very much so. That gave them a 5K Baron power play to put them in the driver's seat. Ultimately, Echo Fox comes away with a victory, much needed one to keep their season on track. Now, sometimes when a comeback hangs in the balance, turning the tides relies on landing a last hit or aiming the perfect skill shot. But for others, it's locking down your opponent just to say, I'm helping. Presented by State Farm. In his game versus Team Liquid, FLICKR went all in to make sure the team's big Baron play went down flawlessly. Take a look.
Now, FLICKR has ulti. If he lands it without Black Shield on, he can eject Xfinity, push them over the wall. Black Shield Zombie can't get in, make sure he cannot steal, and the Baron goes over to Cloud9.
They're gonna Black Shield him. They're gonna Black Shield him.
Yeah. I'm on him.
Finish. Got it.
I'm shielding
Everyone out.
I'm out. Okay. Let's reset. Oh, thank God, Eric.
I like the comms especially because they're making the call like he's gonna get Black Shield him, he's gonna Black Shield him, and LCKR's like, yeah. Taking care of it already. Don't worry about that. Flash is over.
I do remember this game. Ole was struggling to Black Shield that Poppy.
It would always be right after.
Whether it was FLICKR just being a Poppy god, doing it at unexpected times, or Ole reacting slowly, he did manage to get a lot of ease off despite Black Shield being available.
Yeah.
Was definitely well timed to make sure that that Black Shield doesn't come through in time. Let's take a look at predictions as well, because it has been a tough split for everyone that's made an appearance on this desk.
Back at 50%. I'm happy with how this season's going. The crazy upset rate that, you know, we haven't touched on desk yet.
And our monitor flies away from us, so, okay.
you got
I can't look at any TVs anymore, so we're going to look at this one here on the desk. Who deserves the most flame for today?
Maybe.
I mean, honestly, even though you guys all got that FlyQuest one, technically correct, if we're going by like majority of time spent ahead,
In the lead.
Is that how we're doing it
sore
these days?
loser,
I
Kobe.
should get partial credit for this one.
Almost winning is better than winning, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, man. All righty. Well, there you have it. It is still a tough season to call. Mark sitting right at 500. Jat still struggling at 23 and 27 overall. Before we say goodbye, let me say a tremendous thank you to Meteos and, of course, Power of Evil, who's not sitting on the desk right now, though, for joining us both yesterday and today. Your insight is invaluable, and we enjoy having you, man.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure to be here.
All righty. That's going to do it from us here on the desk, which means it's time to toss over to Freak, Zyrene, and Solo for NALCS tonight.
Thank you very much, Dash. Welcome to NALCS Tonight. I am indeed Freak, joined by Zyrene, and thank you for your expertise. Solo joining us here as well. I told myself I was going to repeat verbatim what Dash said about Meteos, and I immediately forgot it already. Because his words just go one ear, out the other. Anyway, again, thank you for being here. Yeah, I don't pay attention to Dash like at all. Anyway, Solo, thank you for being here. I appreciate your expertise and everything else. Right off the top, let's pull up the standings and see how our teams are stacked up right past the midpoint of the split. Oof.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
It's an ugly bottom side.
The 8 for clutch, yeah, it's a bit unlucky. There, 100 Thieves, Echo Fox, FlyQuest, Team Liquid. There is Justice in the World. Liquid's in 4th right now, but I'll tie for first there at the top. Anything else that strikes your fancy?
Oh man, that's pretty low on the board right there.
Yeah.
All you have to do is have a 2-0 week next week.
That's
and
true.
Then everybody else has to lose, and then you're getting to that like first place spot.
Pretty wild that the league is still really close, even though we're at halfway point.
Why do you think that's actually happening?
I don't know, like the game in general and drafts are pretty volatile. So if you like make a mistake early or you make a mistake in draft, then even against like some of the bottom teams or I guess lesser teams like us now, it can be a tough time. And obviously like everyone in the league got better.
Sure, yeah.
Or they got worse, I don't know. Whoever's writing the narrative.
I think got better, right? Because for the most part, like I feel like
Because you're North American.
Yeah.
like it's gonna get better over time, and then soon we'll get back to the level of Europe, and we just gotta pull more of their players in.
Yeah, exactly.
Wonder, give us a call. As is tradition, of course, on NALCS Tonight, it is time for Scion Speedway, where we put our pros to the test on a makeshift race course around Summoner's Rift. Golden Glue in first place by almost a second over Huni. Woo! So for those of you who need a reminder, Scion Speedway pits our pros in a test against time as they drift around the map on their way to the finish line. You can ult as many times as you want, but you have to stay in bounds, you cannot flash over walls, and you can only use your summoners and active items once each. So Solo, I've heard you've been putting in a lot of practice.
Who's lying to you?
Uh,
I'm just kidding. I watched Grayson's video and Huni's, so I think I have a good idea. Yeah, I took their strats, so I think we'll see.
where are you gonna place? Like, where are you gonna place? 1, 2, 3, 17, above, below, bio?
Certainly better than bio. I mean,
Okay.
Was he even trying?
That's all that matters. All right.
Who let the support mains do this? I mean, really.
With your fighting words out there, go ahead and make your way over.
Well.
Yeah, and I'm gonna laugh, by the way, if you totally poop the bed on this one.
I think I might even just leave the studio if I do poorly here.
Really?
That's fair.
I think he'll get second. I think he'll get second or third. Like,
All right.
I knew that Grayson had spent a lot of hours in the practice tool because he was like, all these Scion mids, they don't know how to actually like use the ulti. They just use banner command, like, a dum-dum. And he's like, oh, I actually want to know how to ulti. And I've watched Solo play a Scion many a time. I actually call him Drift King Colin.
Oh man, Zyrene is talking me up way too much.
I heard you brought your own peripherals, by the way. Is that true?
Well, of course. I mean, I have to use my Corsair.
You are
gear.
the most try-hard of any science
I mean,
player.
Corsair is the best company, so I don't know why I wouldn't want to use the best gear possible.
All right, so I'm gonna count you down. We'll do 3, 2, 1, go. Okay.
Okay.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
So he even inched a little forward there to try to get.
That's okay. He clicked at the right time, so he gets around the first bump, goes around here, kind of cuts a little bit low, reorients.
Oh, your commentary.
So good. He's gonna
really
bounce. He's gonna bounce. Oh, already worse than Grayson. And he's gonna hit another wall here. All right. There's Predator. A couple more active. Zoom.
That was real quick.
Okay.
He's cutting it real close to these walls. He likes to.
Yeah, but he knows. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
I believe in NA top laners.
I trust.
Okay, yeah, that's a pretty early second ult. That's good. Not quite around that corner, but I don't know if you even can. Flashes that. I don't know if he cut the wall. It's close. Oh, he got the bounce, but he. Yikes! Yikes!
Oh, I'm choking.
He's choking. Oh, this is like the Baron call against TSM. All right, well, you beat Bio.
Well,
that's all that
did
matters
not
at the end of the
Huni.
day. We don't have to look at any other score but bios, and I think
Yeah. Okay, there are 3 EU LCS players on that list. Are you 1, 2, 3, or 4 compared to Europe? Like, because
I mean, Europe is always better, so I don't see how I could have beat them.
Okay, that's fair. All right, you can come on back if you're ready. Yeah, it's gonna be like a middle of the pack hit right there. That was like a couple of walls.
Just like our standings, am I right?
Yeah. That's an 8th place for you.
That's an 8th place for me.
My question though is, did he do better than me? No!
Oh my
Sub
goodness.
me in, baby!
Ooh. Half a second slower than Huni. You let a mid
I'm in
lane.
slow-mo.
Oh no.
Well, to be fair though, let's
you actually barely
let's,
beat Yankov.
let's
That's
let's
embarrassing.
put an asterisk on this that I did have to play on 50 ping.
Oh,
And everyone else was
oh
on
my
that's true.
God.
Let's be real. If NA was on lower ping, we would have won Worlds by now, and I would have been first place
Yeah,
in the
because
Silent Speedway.
that just moves around you, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even control my character. I mean,
Holy moly. All right, and Soul's been kicked off the show.
Bye, everyone. It was nice being here.
I mean, you didn't even make top 10.
Thanks for the embarrassment. I'll see you guys next time.
Dude, you just gotta stop being lazy and do in-house silent speedways.
What are we thinking, guys? I mean,
Practice TR.
what am I doing here? I should be practicing my silent speedways.
Oh my God. Won't be pulling out the champion anymore this split, we're pretty sure. Sign got buffed 8-14, by the way, so might need to brush that.
Oh, yeah.
Rest. Maybe viable, maybe not. Now, of course, all weekend long, the fans have taken to Twitter to call out the biggest plays made on the LCS stage. We've pulled a few to highlight for you now, brought to you by Acer Predator. First up, Golgothus confesses that despite his Cloud9 fandom, Power People's talent was impressive.
Man, I loved this when he got into the backline. I like how he's watching for the cooldowns. It's like, oh, Rakan ultied, Xayah ultied, now it's time to go in.
Fading his team really for a very long time.
That's the assassin meta, though.
Yeah, Pew is definitely one of the better talents. It's he's always like good at coming in when you like kind of like least expect him. Makes it like really difficult to play against.
Yeah,
but talent as a whole is just, yeah, I mean,
actually requires a lot of skill. Like, weirdly.
we suffered enough versus it, right?
That's fair. That's fair. I like that. Like he got the 3 kills and jumped over the wall like down to Raptor Pit, and it's like, no, we're done here. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, I guess we're chasing. Okay, I'll go for the Penta.
Yeah.
He only got 4.
Won't have to deal with it next week because Smite mid, I think 8-14, right? So kind of out of the meta.
I'm actually gonna wonder about that. Like, do you think Smite mid's going to die, or are you just like not gonna run Machete, or just like have less XP?
I think it's going to be kind of dying off.
Okay.
Because it was already like on the cusp of being good, and then now that you can't really get the same amount of gold, I think it'll be harder. But I'm kind of sad to see it go, because I thought Smite mid was one of the more interesting variations.
Yeah, definitely less annoying than like full funnel. Either way, I want to move on and get our other clip up here when Lindrax and FLICKR remind us that no game is over until the Nexus falls.
Lucian 2. Going to do this?
That's clear. That's clear. That's clear. No, Lucian clear. Lucian clear.
I'm going. End the game. Use that up. They're on Nexus right now. Nexus. Oh my God! They're pinch 2. Hey, go. Tank. I'm gonna out. Okay, go into the king. Go. Full on. Hit. Let's fucking go. We won? I think we won. We won. Did we win? Who won?
I like the comment. Like, I think we won. Did we win? Like, half of them were confused.
Yeah, afterwards, Flame looked like he had no idea. Like, he was like, I don't even know if we won or what happened.
Like,
I think he was in shock.
Did they really win?
Yes.
Yeah,
they're in first place in the standings. They definitely won. Trust
yeah, they'll
me
take that one for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you'll take it, but I don't know how happy you'll be with it later. In the moment, you'll be elated, but
doesn't matter.
Afterwards,
it's like whatever. You know, it's fine. They did a great job. So that was
really impressive by them to make that call, though. I don't think
Yeah.
a lot of teams would have gone for the base race. So I mean. Whoever's making the shot calling for that team, doing a great job.
I think it was actually a mistake for Sunday to have teleported though. Like Mundo's not a good turret killer, and if he instead just ints to the Veirs or something, like no, fight me instead of the Nexus, like I think they win that game.
Yeah, there's so many things there, right? Like what if the Kindred had ultied Aphromu at the start of it when he went in? What if you actually TP to a minion that's holding all of their minions so they can't make it to your Nexus?
Your Nexus backdoor bonus.
There's so many.
Hire this man. I mean,
but this is like
he's a better Scion than me, and he
4
has
hours after the game. Well,
strats.
okay, that's true.
I wouldn't even thought of that.
No.
Yeah, Zyrene is underrated as a league player. Thank you all for your submission. Remember to keep tweeting us your favorite big plays all summer long using the hashtag NALCS. Now, at this point in the show, normally we answer Twitter questions from the viewers at home, but this week we gather questions from our live studio audience. So let's hear it. Our first question.
Hi guys, my name is Carlos Caloca. I'm from Los Angeles, California. My question is, which champions do you hate the most personally and why? And also, which teams look strongest to you personally and why?
Most hated champion, strongest
Most
team.
hated champion. Definitely Talon right now. Just because he's just doing a number on our team. Yeah, champions that have like stealth mechanics are just like really frustrating to play against, I think.
Ooh, new Akali
so things
will
like
be
Talon. Yeah, Akali even now is a real pain to play against.
It's gonna get harder. Have fun with that.
And then as far as what was the teams that are looking good?
Who looks the best?
Yeah, definitely not us. But
you're 2 games behind first. You're 2 games behind first.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I think. I still think TL is the best team.
Okay.
Even I say that because we won, right? But even with their like kind of recent struggles, I mean they still have all the pieces there that won the championship, and I think the meta is going to shift back towards their favor, and then they'll be able to be a contender again.
Cool. Yeah. Zyrene, how do you feel?
On
both those questions.
I hate playing against good Anivia and Zilean players.
Oh.
They stuff everything.
They tick me off so much because I like to engage. And they just stuff that, or they make me look like an idiot because I go in and then my team can't follow.
Yeah, I don't think that's Anivia and Zilean making that happen though.
Great, thank you.
That's you talking.
Yeah, and in terms of teams, like Team Dardoch.
Yeah, oh man.
Team Dardoch, Huni.
Yeah, personally looking really strong. Yeah, sometimes not Huni. I'm just.
It's like a 1v5, v like 8.5.
Yeah.
But I personally just like watching Echo Fox play because
they're fun.
It's a little bit of a gamble too because it's not like they're incredibly good, but it's like what Echo Fox is going to show up today. What are they going to draft? I have no idea if they're going to like try to play funnel again or not, and what side of the map they're going to play to. But I always like watching Dardoch because I can't remember the last time he had like a really bad game. He's very, very consistent right now.
Yeah, he's actually nuts.
Really solid.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
Him and Someday.
Yep. Least favorite champion for me, Draven. Just weirdly, like my mana pool goes away when I fight.
I can't imagine why.
It's strange. Actually, I'm an abysmally bad laner, but like you like almost can't die to Vayne in lane, so it's like it's whatever. Like you like almost can't die to Twitch in lane, but like Draven gets 700 gold for killing you 3 times, and it's like, ooh, I've just thrown the game away because I can't lane. So like I actually hate lane bullies that can succeed on lane bullying. So it's like my permanent ban. Teams look good. Yeah, I'm super keen on 100 Thieves. Like I think they dropped the ball today, but like they could have easily been like just again heads and shoulders above first place off like a really like 10% throw. So I mean I feel like they look the best to me. I think Someday is the best player in the league right now, and that's kind of where I see that one going. But we're gonna move on to our next question. Take it away.
Hey guys, I'm Brendan from Temecula, California, and my question is, with the wide variety of champions we're seeing going into different lanes and in different roles, do you think we're going to see some more janky stuff in the future, like 3 people in top lane or 3 people in bot lane and other crazy things?
Ooh, I can take this one. You know, I'm thinking of a strategy where at the start of the game, your top lane on jungler leash, and then you 4v0 the top lane turret, and then you rotate the other side of the map and you kill 2 turrets there as well, and then 7 minutes in you start actually playing League of Legends. I think that's a strategy that we can
I couldn't
see.
even follow that. That was so absurd.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I can just like.
It's so janky.
Remember the old days of League
Guys,
of Legends?
don't hire this guy.
When you didn't even have a laning phase, and everyone's all like, man, remember the good old days when you didn't even play?
Oh man. Yeah, it's gonna
lane
change a
swaps.
decent amount too because 8-14 like. Smite, the whole like Smite mid thing was probably going away. Funnel's probably going away. Teleport got nerfed, and so like I actually want your opinion on this too, because like a minute extra on it, it's more punishing if you cancel it. Are we just gonna not see teleport as much, or are people gonna unsealed spellbook? Like, what do you think is gonna happen to the top lane?
I still think teleport's gonna be really important because if you kind of ever get ganked, and top lane's pretty volatile, that if you don't have teleport, to at least salvage it a bit, then you're gonna fall behind. But I think bot lane is going to be much more scrappy with people not taking teleport. And that might even mean that there's going to be less mages, since mages tend to struggle in the first few levels. So it might be back to playing, Lucian versus Varus or something. So
yeah, which means the mid lane changes too a little bit. Maybe we see more of that Wukong like caps.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Wukong actually seems really strong. It's weird. Wukong like snuck up and like finally started getting a little bit of pro play. Like we saw that one from Fnatic. It crept up in solo queue as well. Got nerfed in 14, so we'll see what happens.
Where's Quinn?
I think Quinn's good. Do you think Quinn's good?
Quinn's super good.
I think it could be good. I think it might come up, especially with the TP nerfs for top, because she's one of the champions where if you don't have TP, and you play around top the first few levels, if you have the ignite, you have a lot of pressure. You can win 2v2s. I think Huni is someone you might want to watch out for as someone who could probably pick it. So
yeah, is Soul someone to watch out for? Secret Quinn main?
Like a secret Quinn main? Sure.
Sure. All right. He's confirmed he's playing Quinn next week. Keep that one in mind.
Use that ban.
Yeah. All right, one more question. We got one more from our audience.
Hello, my name is Blake. I come from Solana Beach, a little bit above San Diego. if you could choose one breakfast item, would you choose pancakes, waffles, or French toast?
Okay, easy.
Ooh.
I know my answer.
On three? on three? When we go on three?
Okay, on three.
Right.
1, 2, 3. French
Waffles.
toast.
Okay.
Hey! And you were waffles?
Yeah,
Yeah, waffles is solid number 2. Yeah, pancakes are overrated.
Yeah, pancakes.
100% overrated.
No.
No, I mean, they're good, don't get me wrong. Pancakes are good, but they are the 3rd best of those.
But they're not the best.
Yeah. I respect waffles, by the way. I think it's like really close 1-2, right? It's like here's Griffin, here's Clutch, and like here's TSM.
Oh,
like
okay.
TSM is pancakes. So you're close. You're close. And of course, now you may have caught on that during the LCS, we like to put our pro guests to silly tests. We've got one more challenge for Solo tonight. Earlier in the day, we asked you in chat to choose a few things for Solo to draw. We took the top voted choices, and Zyrene and I will guess as many as we can in 3 minutes, but we're not the artists, we are gamers, so instead of pen and paper, Solo's drawing with Microsoft Paint. Go ahead, back to the best friend testing station, do your very best job, and we will be ready when you are on a 3-minute timer. I'm gonna sit next to Zyrene here.
Come on
We're gonna
over.
hang out and
Let
be
me take
friends.
a look.
I am ready for the jank.
I am ready too.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
This is great. Ooh. Is it North America's trophy case?
Oh my God.
Oh goodness.
Ding! Okay, 1-0.
Freak's brain. Freak's brain.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. All right, it's a circle. Is it a person? Is it... Yeah. Is it Hakuho?
Yes.
Oh, what? I cheated. I actually saw the list of questions.
Oh, you cheated?
Oh, you see the pictures? Oh, this is easy.
my
then.
God.
No, I thought it was like 17 options. All right, we're gonna try again. All right. Is it Hakuho?
Scuttle Crab. Baron. Timo Shroom.
I actually can't barely tell. Like the oh, it's a person. It's a face. Is it Hakuho?
It's indeed not Hakuho.
That's more what it was, by the way. I was playing Hakuho every single time. It's a champion.
A Goomba.
Yeah, it is a champion.
He's got a big nose. Anivia, Zillion, Aatrox, Karma, Safani, Shyvana.
None of those are green.
Trundle. Zach.
Ivern. Maokai.
What is this?
Is it Zach?
What is this?
Oh, he's got face paint.
Tom Tench.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Let's go. Thank you.
Oh,
Oh man,
All
these sound
one more.
effects. Oh.
That's nice. The air horn for the win.
Oh goodness.
Is it Hakuho?
How do I draw this? Okay.
Is it Hakuho? Is it face? Is it Hakuho?
Actually, this might be impossible.
Is it Apollo?
Let's.
Is it Febivin? Is it Lyra?
No. Okay.
Wait, did you just choose white?
I did choose white.
It's Solo.
All right.
Is it Timo Shroom?
Okay.
Is it the Nexus? Is it not safe for work?
What is this?
No.
What is this?
Oh, is it Scuttle Crab?
No.
Is it Baron Nashor?
Is it champion?
Okay. Yeah.
Is it
You're getting with
Harold?
close with the Baron thing.
Shelly.
Is it? Oh wait. Oh, I know.
I have the
I'm
Herald?
not gonna cheat. Actually, I'm actually pretty sure I got.
How do I draw this? What is this icon?
Wait, what? What is this icon? Ramus? Smite?
Okay.
Smite?
Yeah. Okay. You're getting close. So it's Baron.
Lyra? Is it Lyra?
No, he doesn't have Smite.
But what has happened recently?
Is it a Baron Steel?
Steel? Baron
Ah,
Steel?
there you go.
Nexus?
It is Baron Steel.
Baron Steel?
Baron Steel. Oh, okay. Yes, we got it.
Oh, what is
so I was
this?
so close with Baron. I just realized I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I like that
what is
Baron
this
did not look.
icon?
All right, we're getting in there. We're getting there.
I'm trying to think of
All
this.
right, is it Hakuho?
Okay, we got another champion.
Is it Solo? Is it Lyra? Oh, it's a champion.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not anyone on Clutch. Okay.
Katarina.
Is it TSM? Is it a Ward? Is it? Wait. So is it Santorin?
No.
It's a champion.
It is a champion, but let me
It's
get
a
there.
person. Is it Zillion? Is it Aatrox?
Lee Sin.
Is it Nasus?
He is a mid
Who else
laner.
got a cane?
He's very popular on
Wukong. Is it very popular where?
on our team.
Azir?
Swain.
Wait, not Azir, but
Swain.
Swain.
No. What is like Azir's?
Sand Soldier.
Shurima.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
Okay. Here's man.
Okay, I'm ready.
Let me. Man, how do I even do this person?
Person, huh?
It is a person. Another champion.
Okay.
Maybe more
Timo.
of a girly
Sin.
champion.
Girly champion. Janna.
Katarina.
It's in that field of girly champions. Actually,
Sona.
Is it a Ward?
Not to put any kind of labels on the champions.
But the champion is female.
Janna.
champion
Sona.
is
Nami.
technically female.
Soraka. There's a support. What roles does it play?
It plays a couple roles. And it shoots out maybe some different colors.
Evelyn, Talia.
Oh, Lux. Lux shoots out
okay,
colors.
but
Sona?
more specifically about what kind of Lux colors?
What Lux colors? Black, white, green.
Rainbow?
What
Rainbow?
what skin does that?
Rainbow Lux.
Elementalist.
Elementalist Lux.
Okay, there you go.
We both got it. All right, we did it. We did it. Thank you.
Rainbow Lux. Don't you work for this company?
Rainbow Lux. To be fair, she shoots out light, which becomes rainbows when refracted.
That's true.
Oh my gosh.
So
Rainbows aren't
it was
light.
close. You actually gave really good hints. I appreciate it.
That was you.
Someone
won
say,
that one.
someone
That was
say
like,
too good of hints, but
yeah.
I mean, it's not like it's a competition.
Nobody's
it's
keeping
never gonna
score.
Be
It's okay.
I'm
yeah,
keeping
that's
score. It's
true.
like 6-2.
it was, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I want one of those MS paintings on a shirt. It was like the Baron Steel as the shirt. Like, let's go.
So like I said, I saw a couple of the icons during like the NES's countdown voting, and I told myself I was gonna vote Hakuo on every single one.
Oh, yeah.
Ended up being the first one was Hakuo.
Of course.
Oh
So
my
it like, ended up being
God.
really unfair.
He cheated.
But I intended to say Hakuo every time.
It's okay. Hako was definitely the easiest one of those to draw.
Yeah.
It's a person. You just draw Thresh. And
A lot of them too were, you know, like symbols, so like
Yeah.
like icons. So I wasn't super sure on what they
But you
looked
got
like,
there.
but
You got it.
we got
I'm
there.
really proud
I
of
like the
that one.
Shurima, the way you got there.
Yeah.
I never would have got that if you tried to draw
I did because I
Shurima.
saw it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I cheated. Of course. Let's take a look at what games we have in store next week with our schedule presented by Jersey Mikes. And it's going to be a very fun one. Clutch Gaming vs. 100 Thieves.
Match of the week.
You gonna make it happen?
No.
You have similar colors to these.
Man, last game again?
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to scheduling after this.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, exactly. Save the best for last. You know, it's a semifinal rematch.
Semi-final rematch. That's true. That's true. Hopefully it won't last that long. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of curious to see Cloud9 versus TSM, especially. I think Cloud9 is a lot better than their record. So I think they're one of the teams that can, you know, make a case for playoffs to the end if they just like pull it together and get some wins.
Also crazy, Echo Fox vs. FlyQuest battle for first.
Yeah,
that's nuts.
I didn't think that would be the case at the beginning of the split, that's for sure.
Are like a gigantic, like I think they're like 5-1 with JJ now, and it's not like he's like 1v9ing, but just like since that change, it's been a super sick win streak for them.
Yeah, they've just been working a lot better with JJ, and I mean obviously Santorin as well is doing well for them. But I think he just kind of brings this like level of stability, especially when he's playing like champions like Alistar or Braum, and it helps Turtle be able to, you know, like play aggressive but still be relatively safe.
Yeah, that's what Turtle needs is somebody that's a little stable for him. So so he can pop
He's the wild card for sure.
It does feel like that duo's done really well though. Like I honestly kind of like those two together. So that's been a really nice thing for them. That's been really positive. Any other kind of thoughts you have on the league overall? Like, I mean, other than like a kind of an unlucky couple of weeks for you guys. That
unlucky.
I mean, I think actually here I'll pose it a different question. Which 6 teams go into playoffs?
Us.
Yeah, you and you said Liquid earlier. You know those guys are
Team
up
Liquid.
And then who
100
rounds up
Thieves. FlyQuest.
Damn.
Echo Fox. And
Golden Guardians, TSM, CLG. Okay.
No TSM, no Golden Guardians.
What would you see? What would you change about that list? Aside from obviously Clutch.
Don't say us. Don't say us.
He knew.
I knew. I didn't even need that. That was so good.
Like, I know you can take it, so it's like it's easier just kind of like rubbing the salt.
Yeah,
No, I do think it's pretty accurate. I just don't know what's going to happen with Golden Guardians once the mid lane smite thing goes away.
Yeah.
And also if people are going to pick up more Heimerdinger and like try to actually play against it a little bit more.
Or start banning it from them.
Right.
Because I think they shouldn't be able to get it. I mean, this guy is clearly the best Heimer in the league. He's like Heisendong prodigy. So I think it's surprising people still give it to him.
Last thing I want to ask you is 8-14, Aatrox changes shift in power to later in the game. You think he's still permaban status?
I think a few teams will be open to playing against him. And then it'll be curious to see like what kind of picks people want to bring into play. But I think we might actually see some Aatrox next week. So.
Cool. Be fun to walk forward. Thank you very much, Solo, for your time. Good luck rising in the standings, getting out of 8th place. I believe you can do it. I think you're a very good player. And thanks again, everyone, for watching. Thank you, Solo, for joining us once again and playing our silly games and hanging out with all of us. Now, for myself, the casters, the entire live broadcast crew, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next week for more NALCS. Good night.
This is the most parity we've had ever in the NALCS halfway through the split, and that means that these wins mean even more, and it really could come down to who can carry from each team.
Nice equalizer though. Oh, great in there to try and steal it. He does get it.
Getting the Kindred off. Yeah, I'm killing everyone. I'm killing everyone.
Power of Evil going to the middle of both people. Knocked up to pieces with the blade. PoE on the line. Nothing personnel, kid. But just can't do anything. Bjergsen, legendary.
We beat CG, baby. Let's go. Woohoo. Kryptonite, my ass.
You guys end off this. If you kill him, you end.
Go bot,
you
go
good,
bot,
you good.
Nice.
Nice. And then, game.
it, bro. Please come in, please. Cloud9 tried to hit the green wall, and the wall hit back hard. This will be the first 2-0 weekend for Optic in the history of the organization.
Does have flash. He's already used it. He's gonna dive all the way through. Contractz.
I'm gonna ulti. Yeah, look like flash. Lance pipe. Oh my god. Yeah, go. Keep on. Go flash. Nice.
He's gonna try one more time for the fight. That shot busting in. Says the ult to double it, but double it's still living. They need to kill the Kai'Sa, but double it. Well, he's still alive.
One going ball, okay? I'm straight for free. Okay. Nice. We can end.
Echo Fox tied himself for first place.
Hand is there. And to make this dive happen, Sunday's gonna tank up the turret. Okay. I think the stacks last longer than that.
Okay, nice.
They do.
Nice choice.
To him for free and gets the stopwatch to go with it. Okay, forget what I said about free. He'll be flashed away from. Oh, it's stasis into stasis. Sunday's still gonna find the kill.
We're going up. Okay. Come. No flash and bears. Careful. I can go.
Come on,
Okay, you're going. Nice.
FLICKR still landing! Sound drakes are gonna be used! FLICKR to the Nexus needs the Nexus! It is point for point! And FLICKR win! Holy hell! What a base race!